But they do.
Yo, we live. We live.
Yeah.
But thank you guys, like always, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to K Culture Radio, man. We live early. Normally we start at 7:45, but we started early because we know my team is about to play, man. God, make sure when you walk in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Cause like they say, you never know we go live. 'Cause look, we live. He even called me off guard. You get what I'm saying? Thank you guys for all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for the topic. Man, we're gonna have an awesome show today. Hey, not only that, man, Hakeem, man, what's going on, man? What's happening? What's
Chilling,
good
man.
with
What's good, baby? You already know.
you? Nothing much, man. Dolphin did a good job today. They beat the undefeated Bills. Man, it was an awesome game. I don't know if you caught the game, man. That thing was dope.
I caught a little bit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That thing was fired up, man. You know, we still waiting for our counterpart, Jordan, to come in. We joined era, so we just waiting for him to come in so we talk about it. Oh, he's here now.
So, fellas, what's going on?
Was good.
Oh, good. How y'all doing today?
Hey, man, feeling good. Every day above water is a beautiful thing, man.
Feel that.
It's a blessed thing.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a phone call. Yeah, so Jordan, today is your topic, man. Like, go ahead, man. Talk about it. What's happening?
So, what's going, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Hoping everybody can come on, get up in the chat. So, this topic started off on Friday. This is a big topic, and there's still stories coming up and everything. Story after story after story. So, this is going by the Boston head coach, who is his name is Ime Udoka. And for all the people who know who Ime Udoka, he is the head coach of the Boston Celtics. Before he was a former player, he used to play for the San Antonio Spurs, and he just passed his first year as a Boston head coach. Took his team to the NBA Finals, so he's a pretty good head coach. But there's stories and trending going around that he's not a really good guy, as you seem. So the story broke out back in Friday that that he's getting suspended for 1 year, and the reason he's getting suspended for 1 year is that unfortunately he violated some team policies of the Boston Celtics of having a consensual relationship with somebody in the Boston Celtics, meaning he's cheating on Nia Long. And with that, there's story speculation that the lady that he was messing with is married. This is allegedly that he's married. That she's married to somebody on the Boston Celtics and everything. And also, allegedly, I found out today, allegedly, that somebody on the Boston Celtics team as a player allegedly rat him out about what was going on in the past season. And I remind you guys, the Boston Celtics they knew about this for months and it got leaked back in Friday. So the Boston Celtics already knew, and for Nia Long, I'm presuming she already knew as well. And unfortunately, it got leaked out. Now everybody knows about it, and everybody in YouTube, in sports, I saw CNN there talking about it as well. So I'm going to tell you guys, how do you feel about this story? If about the relationship wise, relationship wise for him and Nia Long, and also going to the sports wise, what's in basketball, but in company in general, because other companies, major companies, any company have those rules of, especially if, like I said, if you're a coach, because now you're high up, you're a supervisor, and if you mess
Did his computer froze?
Yeah,
You know, you can
Jordan, it was a delay on yours. Can you repeat that again? It was a delay on yours. Can you repeat that again?
okay.
On your point.
Okay, Wi-Fi issue. Oh, Wi-Fi issues. Oh, what I was trying to say is, since he's the head coach, there's a higher, that's a supervision of if you're a head coach, you can't really under you, and that's and that goes to the company, and if you do that, and the bosses find out, that's a fireable offense, you know, and all that type of stuff. But like I said, there's more. But my thing is, to me, it's more deeper than this. Until more stories, the more stories start trending and coming out. So I think it's a lot more coming out. So him getting suspended doesn't mean anything. I believe personally, because stuff like that's a fireable offense. I don't care who you are. But like I said, there's more stories coming into detail. We're gonna find out probably later in the week. And I want to tell you how you guys feel on this.
Well, here's my thoughts. I know Hakeem right now. He's probably freshening up. Here's my thought. My whole situation when it comes to Ime Udoka. First of all, I think everybody already knew. Like last year, the Boston Celtics, they went to the championship and they lost against the with the Warriors. So when they lost against the Warriors, I really think is a total agenda behind it, because I think to me, this is just my opinion. I'm not going by facts. This is all just opinion based. I think because he didn't do a good job, because he didn't bring home a championship to the Boston Celtics, they find a way for him to no longer be the head coach to the Boston Celtics, so they could have the assistant coach run the organization as it's running is now. Now here is the fact. The fact is, like you said earlier, he is suspended for the 2022 to 2023 year for the Boston Celtics. And now here's another fact. The fact is, they say allegedly he did cheated on his fiance Nia Long. Mind you, they're not married. That's his fiance Nia Long. And now that they have a 10-year-old son. So they don't really go in details of the other aspect of what type of woman is it, who is the woman is, what did she bring into the organization. All we know that she does work for the organization, but we don't know what she does for the organization. Now there's different type of rumor. One of the rumors is they're stating that this is the vice president girlfriend. That's one of the rumors. Two, there's another rumor that said that she actually known Nia Long, so they were like, can Nia Long already be aware of the whole situation when it came to them too? So it's a whole aspect of that of the fact. But I don't think when it comes to Nia Long, because a lot of people are picking sides. They say, okay, which one should guys go first? And I think, honestly, I'm with Neil on this one, because I think if he was like doing what he was doing, I think he should have been straight up with his wife, because I think fiance, but I think soon to be wife. Some guys are afraid to tell the woman the truth in the aspect of how they want other women in the relationship. Going around sneaking, I don't think you should do. But he did something wrong too. I forgot to add that as well. There's some part in the contract, as anybody that work in the organization in the Boston Celtics, you cannot be having any relationship with anybody that works there. So that's the main reason why he's suspended, because they put in a contract he was not supposed to have relations. No, like nobody in the organization is supposed to be dating each other, from the VP all the way down. So by him doing that, he's suspended. Now, like I was saying before, I think he should have kept it real with the relationship and the aspect of how he wanted another woman in a relationship, because I think my mind, because someone like him is constantly on the road. Some women go against it, but sometimes women know how to play their roles. But I don't think he mind. But as her and it went public, that's what they're telling him about. That's my take on it.
Yeah, brothers. I analyze this from a different perspective. You know what I mean? I do believe in rules. Rules need to be followed. There has to be some type of order. Now, I didn't mind they suspending him. It's kind of, I didn't mind that. The only thing that was kind of just a little bit like kind of cringeworthy is that there was no reprimanding to the women. You know, none of the women are getting reprimanded. None of the women are getting scolded. None of the women are getting outed on public. The same public display of debauchery you doing this man is ruined for life. He's done. He might not even get another head coaching job after this. You know that, right?
But that's all speculation. Right now, he's just suspended, but nobody knows if he really terminated from the organization.
Nobody.
But as of right now, he's just suspended for 1 year.
But we already know with bad publicity is a little bit tasteful. I honestly think that due to the fact that this is so close to home, they took it there.
Yeah, that was say earlier. I think it's a kind of like an agenda to get him out of the organization because they probably don't want him to be head coach. Because remember, but that's just my opinion. This is all what I'm saying is opinion based. There's no factual if it's true or not. But I'm just saying on the aspect of it came out right after the season's about to start because the season started in October, so it's like perfect timing. You get what I'm saying?
Who gets rid of a perfectly good coach? Listen, there's been coaches that have done worse here, and they have never took them off the bench, took them off the roster. They have coaches that said outlandish stuff, and they still kept them in the game. This is a personal vendetta. You know what I mean? And the fact that they was willing to put this out publicly lets me know that hey, when they start to play fair, they're not playing fair.
But you guys saying there is no accountability on the woman's part? That's what you guys saying, but we don't really know that because nothing's being publicized about that.
Listen. Their name need to be outed just like they do this black man. I do not get. Listen, there should not be a white veil hold against no woman. This 2022, you do something, you need to get reprimanded. Give a fuck about if you're a woman.
And the thing is, this was consensual. This like she wasn't a victim. It says like this was consensual. And mind you, if it was consensual, you're not a victim. You play a part. The thing is, this is just rumor. Just allegedly, there's been other women, and also in that organization as well. So the story will come out, and the thing is about it's like, yo, if he did this stuff, fire him. Why are you suspending him for it? And I'm doing an investigation about it. And my thing is like, okay, cool, but this is something to get the moral of the story. It's like, like I said, there's more to the story. And no, Udoka. I mean, y'all, they, him and Nia Long has been, and what I'm thinking about is, and he's been since the coach all the way. So my thing is, why it's been so long to them get married before he Boston Celtics? Maybe because Nia probably know that he had that problem.
Hey, or it could be some new age life partner shit. It could be her. Listen, relationships now are so different now. A lot of women are okay with just having the title, but not the ring anymore.
Yeah, that's true too. That would say we live in a whole different time span. But my thing is, you guys think that the woman should be held accountable. I want to know why.
Nigga, she should be dragged like they dragging this man. Their faces, their names need to be public. This man, listen. They dragged Nia Long into this. I didn't even know this nigga was dating Nia Long.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, Nia Long's a private person. She like the stuff that came out.
Out. You know what I mean? And mind you, let's be honest. We still don't know if this shit is actually true.
Exactly.
Everybody gunning for the man. I know who they ain't gunning for. Brett Favre.
Which we will talk about at least this. Hey, we gonna talk about him at least for this. This like this
Yeah,
week.
we're gonna listen. We're gonna touch on that this week. Y'all wait for that video.
For sure.
You know them Mississippi white boys don't play fair. Shout outs to Jackson, Mississippi. We fuck with you. But back to this. I seen the little interaction Stephen A. Smith had with that lady, that feminist. Little mama, sit down when you listen. Little mama, you sit down when men talk. I'm not being chauvinistic. I'm just being real. The way you make a scene
also,
like these, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I also saw it too, and not just for Stephen A. but also Kendrick, former player who played for the Boston Celtics, and Kendrick Perkins got sources because Stephen A. been doing years. Kendrick Perkins has ties to that organization, so they know what's up. And it's sincere for you to say stop it and try to no, they like I said, if they know something, they know something. They're not gonna say anything. They might not go say everything because they wait for more to come out. But I'm glad that Steph Stephen A. checked her because she came.
Me, I think the aspect I don't think they should hold. See, I have different opinion about it. I don't think they should hold a woman accountable. I think they're doing the right thing, holding the man accountable. Because this is why he is the leader. He's kind of like the face of the organization. He should already know better. Because remember, he should already know better. Because remember, he know the contract. He know the contract stated you cannot be in any type of involvement with any employee within the organization. Now if she was fired and he was dealing with her, that's a whole nother ball game. But he was dealing with somebody inside the organization, which is forbidden. Because remember, that's in his contract.
I'm gonna get a little bit controversial here. First, I want to say this: there's been tons of issues that men are dealing with because of a woman behind it. The woman does not get reprimanded in any situation we're talking about here. Only
but it's the man that chose. But you gotta understand, it's the man that chose to be with that woman.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be with that woman now.
Listen. I'll give you that point, but let me ask you a question: how many times men get enticed, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray? We're human just like these women are.
But then that's the part of the. But remember, you gotta understand that's the part of the man because he shouldn't have no involvement with that woman. If he knows this is his job. Remember, we always talk about that in this panel. We talk about how men shouldn't date any employees within the workplace. Now he should know better.
I support that. She should know better too. So does she get a pass?
I agree. She should know better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
I agree with you.
Yeah. Does she get a pass because you know women like to use that and say, "Oh, I was young, I was drunk, I was dumb, deaf, and blind." Does she get a pass for that? So they hold us to a high regard, so high regard that we can't make no mistakes. That when we fall from heaven, they drag us through the mud.
Because remember, we the leader. We the leader in society. Whether we like it or not, men are the leader in society. So if man do something wrong, that's why they hold us accountable that way. Go ahead.
We still human. Ime Udoka, he's human. We don't know what that man's business is going through. Listen, we don't know if it was a simple flirt or nothing. We don't know none of this. But they're dragging him. They're dragging him like he done committed some type of some crimes here.
Yeah, because remember they dragging him because remember at the end of the day, like we always say, we don't know the state in their relationship. So something like this is a hard story. Especially remember you talking about is a powerful man that serves a powerful team. That's a head coach of a powerful team. And now that have one of the baddest women that we consider bad, especially black women like Nia Long, who you don't really hear nothing about. You don't hear like she's a 304. You don't hear that she's out here sleeping around. You hear like she's a really conservative woman. So of course you don't hear bad because guys gonna be like, and guys was actually on Nia Long's side too. They're like, why would you cheat on someone like that? Because everybody recognizes her from Fridays and all these other movies. So you be like, man, she like a bad looking lady.
Anybody can get it. We don't know how Nia Long is in a relationship or how she's in bed. Anybody can get it. But one thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna put respect on Nia Long's name by not commenting on this bullshit. Stick by your man. Stick by your black man. Let me tell you something. I wanted to say something controversial. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know all of our brothers who fall victim is always a white Becky behind it?
Oh, they say she's white. I don't know her race.
She's a white. I put $1,000. I put my money behind it.
Yeah, because people got speculation on how she looks, but nobody know how she truly looks. She hasn't went public yet, but I think you're right. Eventually, I would say stories keep coming out each and every day, so eventually she probably will go public. You know, yeah. Shout out to Jabari too, man. Jabari always have hot questions. Always here. One of our good ones, man. Shout out to him. You know, people in the chat.
You know what I mean? This is what I want to know is this, like, we can't be human, man. This is why when they look at black boys and a black boy be a 17, they say he's big for his age. They're already looking at him as a man. So we can't fail. We can't make mistakes.
No, but nothing came out. Did they hold her accountable now? Jabari say they shouldn't give her a pass. But nothing came out yet. Did they hold her accountable or not? They probably did hold her accountable. Remember, we all speculate. We don't know.
No, they did. No, they didn't, bro. Because they didn't make a public spectacle of it. Boston Celtics released a press conference behind this bullshit by the nigga getting his by a nigga getting his wee wet. The nigga getting
because
his
make the organization. Because remember, make the organization look bad. Because remember, because people, you know how the social media is, so they're gonna dig in, and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, your organization say there shouldn't be no formal affairs or anybody having a relationship with any former coworkers. So now you got your head coach, who's might go to the championship again. We don't know because for this upcoming season, he's doing something this trifling, and not only that, remember he's also a black man as well, so that plays a big part too within the organization, which is a white organization. So that's also a double whammy because they were like, oh wow, he couldn't even control himself when it came to the aspect of a woman.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Ronnie. I'm gonna disagree on that because this is just me. This is my opinion. With her controlling flights, flights, and also controlling. It seemed kind of funny to me because if Ime Udoka was like, hey, now with her, she just say, hey, let's continue to do. She was trying to push his button and say, hey, let's keep doing this. Because I know with Ime Udoka as a head coach, and it kind of pushed him into it's like, yo, she had a couple too. She was consensual to it.
No, John Smith, they're not married. Don't tell John Smith they're not married. That's his fiance. Go ahead, Jordan. Continue.
Like I said, for her to control Nia Long's flights, you playing a part into it. Like, why he can't do it? How are you doing it? Specifically, you know that's crazy to me. So for something like that, do something like put it like control her flights to in and out, or where it need to be accountable, for sure. And the Boston Celtics, they're not winning with this circulating and the NBA trade about to start this week, and it's like the perfect time about how they came out. Also, to me, y'all not winning this year, especially with the round. Just like I said, there's more story, and eventually the women they gonna come out, and we
So the aspect you don't think she was you don't think he was wrong in that situation, or do you think he was wrong in the situation?
No, he was a
No, they
100.
both wrong. They both need to be fired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree. He should be
Yeah.
fired. You don't think he should be suspended? So you don't think he should be suspended? You think he should be fired?
No. He should be fired.
Oh wow, I'm shocked.
My thing is, like Ronnie, this happened in other companies. This happened in Whole Foods too.
Yeah.
When I first probably the second month I was there was a situation somebody that was in a assistant manager position was trying to mess with somebody, a team member, and the team member reported to store leadership, and there was an investigation going on. And what the assistant manager did, he was telling people like, hey, you ain't seen nothing, I ain't do nothing. Because they felt like the team, and because he told the team member, because if they say something, they feel like the manager was going to write them up and fire them. So they ain't saying anything. I didn't know 2 months later, and I was like, because that girl, she left, she tried to another store. So this don't go around just, and NBA, NFL. This go Whole Foods, grocery stores, everything. And situations like that, with him, he should fire. Because that he was borderline sexual harassing her. Well, he was sexually harassing her. And that was crazy.
And how can you say he should be fired as well? But why do you think he should be fired?
So listen, there's protocols. There's rules that has to be followed. You know what I mean? I'm not subjective. I understand hierarchy. I understand regulations. You gotta vote. Nigga, you at the highest position ever. A nigga ain't supposed to be in that position. You there. You supposed to make us look good. That means you gotta cut a fine line with bullshit you gotta do. You know what I mean? You just proved the point that we're sexual deviants. We can't keep our dick in our pants. Mm-hmm. Mind you, he ain't no Black American. He has an African name, but they still gonna put that on Black Americans. You feel me? Udoka. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm saying. Get his ass up out of here. But here's the thing now. Get her ass up out of here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got.
We don't.
Let's just say Chaos Culture Radio, we make it. We made it. And let's just say we have 20. We hired 20, 30.
Yeah.
Me, for instance. Three members of the group with somebody, another woman that's worked with. I've been doing this for a long time, and Ronnie, you seen it. You tell me to stop. How can you see me tell her we continue to do it when I'm cheating on my wife?
Yeah, we're gonna have a and that's a good point. Yeah,
you're gonna have it exactly. You gonna have you keep doing this, Jordan.
That's a good point.
That's a real good point. We'll have to have a tribunal. The fact of the matter is, why did they have to make this public? There's dirty.
But I'll tell you, I think it's an agenda to allow him to be a head coach. Because remember, they couldn't fire him for no probable cause. Remember, he took the team to the championship. They didn't execute it at the end. So I think they didn't want him to be no longer the head coach. But remember, this is my opinion. That's why I think this information came out. Because remember, it's right before the season started. I think they want his assistant to be head coach. Because remember, people keep forgetting. Remember, Dark River was in Boston too. Now he had the same issue with Boston, how the organization, how they be running things, how sometimes he don't like how the organization is going, so he up and left. So a lot of coaches that been in Boston say the same exact thing. It's many other coaches, they say they don't like the Boston organization. So I think right now, it was a perfect timing. Like right now is a perfect time because now the season's about to start. literally in October, he's no longer coach. So they got him right when they needed him to get.
Here's my opinion on. I might be wrong. I believe personally, for me, I believe Brad Stevens. I think he has some. I think he's involved in this as well. The previous president, Danny Ainge, who's now the past, when he was there, you hear nothing about like this in Boston. And now now you got Brad Stevens, who's the first time president of the Boston. 1 year, this stuff come out. And this like I said, opinion might not be true, but stories would develop. But I think he has something to do with this too. This, like I said, something's not right, and hopefully we find out. Maybe do a part 2.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think, like you said, more information gonna come out later on this week. You know, TMZ is always on the job. Like they the first to drop the exclusive. You know, and I think the thing, like y'all say, I think he gonna probably end up terminating. Because normally when they suspend you, next step is termination. And like I said, I didn't say it from that point of view that she should be fired, because it's still at the end of the day, it is a contract that it should be no form of involvement. So y'all kind of made me see it from a different point of view, because I didn't really see it from that point of view. Because I mostly, when it comes to anything that deal with the men should always be held accountable, because we are the leaders of the world. So if there's no accountability for us, the women gonna fall suit.
If you're watching, I know you're not watching, but for you need to trust. He's humiliating. He's humiliating you, and it feels it's to be humiliated. So he needs to drop that dude ASAP.
Go ahead, Hakeem.
It's always, you know, I'm not saying nobody should never get reprimanded. It's just the way they do it. Our counterparts never get reprimanded the way we get reprimanded. And this is what it is. Like, it's a circus right now, what they're doing to Ibuko. And then they brought me along into this, you know what I mean? And mind you, like, I wish this was back in the days. I wish this actually was Wall Street. Wall Street is another place that has tons of sexual harassment cases, but we'll never hear about them. There'll be no stories, no tell-all.
That's true.
None of that. They handle a lot of this shit out of court.
But the thing is, but you gotta understand something, like, we live in a day of social media. That's why I would say social media is the biggest devil that was ever created. Because like anything that's out, people got their cameras ready, they got their notebook ready, and they got their telephone ready to do whatever they gotta do to get some form of clout.
In all honesty, I believe if he would have cheated with a black woman, we wouldn't have had this issue right now.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people speculating. They say she is a black woman. They say she looks just like Neil Long.
No, because you know they say he was fucking with 2 of them. One of them is white.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new information to me. I didn't know he was dealing with 2.
Yeah, that's what I said. Actually, he's messing with multiple women in the organization.
Yeah, then he should be fired. I thought it was just 1. I didn't know it was 2. Yeah. No, then y'all broke it down like that. I think he should be fired. I thought it was just 1. I didn't know like 2 people he was actually dealing with in the organization.
And
yeah, he should.
He
should go.
It's hard for me to see him get another head coach again, because he did this while you your team to try to win a championship, and this the mess you just put out, and you put Nia Long into it, and you know, especially black women, they got a serious problem.
Hey, do you remember the guy that? Do you remember? You're right. Do you remember the guy that was allegedly supposed to be sleeping with LeBron's mama?
Correct.
That
nigga homeless now. They would not. After that rumor went out, no other team wanted to deal with him.
Nope.
No.
He was done. He is done. And I remember last year, one of the NBA teams for Dallas Mavericks, he tried to help him out. He put him into rehab, got him a job. He went homeless again. He's back on the drugs. He's like I said, he's mentally, but that goes by mentally. He's mentally out there. He's mentally.
Yeah, he have a mental illness, which is sad. It's unfortunate dealing with mental illness.
but the thing is, man, we need to start believing on handling things behind closed doors and not dragging people and not making people an example in a public spectacle. But hey, this is art. This is our minstrel show. This is a live minstrel show that we go through every single day. And niggas contribute to this and this. Ibuko, you could have kept your D in your pants, my nigga. You make us look like we're deviants. You make us look like we're sexually irresponsible. Man, I ain't had no issue with you tapping them white holes.
And now that, but it's also proved my point. Well, it proved our point. What we say on this panel each and every time: man should not be dealing with anybody in the workplace, because stuff like this is happening. Men now today are dropping the bag because they don't know how to stop dealing with women at work. There's multiple women outside of what you can deal with. Don't lose your job for somebody for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Now, mind you, he was getting paid a big deal. Now that deal was gone under the table because, you know, Boston is one of the biggest organizations when it comes to basketball.
Yeah, no, they are.
Like pretty much any sports. So to lose that type of deal because of two women, to me is stupid. I think it's ignorant on his part. I don't think he thought it through. But so, you know, some probably, you know, you gotta understand. So Jordan and Hakeem, some men feel when they're in those type of organization, they have a lot of power. They feel like they're Mr. Untouchable. You can't touch them. And that's the problem.
Yeah, you hit on that, Ronnie.
You
and
did.
what you said, you know, stop messing with people at work. It's really, I want to speak of the men. I might be older, but young man, because with younger men, they really don't know. I don't feel like they really don't know the rules. They just go around, see a cute chick or like that. And mind you, you do that. Not only you kind of break the policy. There's gonna be drama, and it's gonna be rumors. Your coworkers are gonna be posting rumors about it. See if it's true or not. And it happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
All the time.
Players
it's not
mess
working,
with,
man.
yeah, players mess with other players' wives. We barely hear about it. You see what happened to Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I want to know you guys' final thoughts. So you say he should be suspended, or what do you think? What's the next step should the organization take when it comes to
That's a good question.
That's a good question. For me, this is just what I know. I know there'll be more to come probably later this week, next week, because NBA for the NBA season. But for me, and this goes by any company, if he messes up, he should be. And also, if the other party, which is the woman, who also played a part in it, was fired too, because it takes two to tango. And third, it takes 2 to 3 to tango, if I want to say. And that's, he needs. They bought it.
I can't go ahead.
For me, I just say, man, just follow the rules, man. Just follow the rules, man, and hold yourself up to a higher standard, especially as Black people. When we ascend to these positions, don't be so quick to get your ass fall down.
Hey, Jabari, I'm not trying to see the 49ers game, man. Well, I'm trying to sneakily try to see the 49ers. I'm not trying to see the 49ers game. It's just that this one right here, I think we're gonna post about it more when more information comes. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a good topic. I think it's a hated topic, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all made me see something that I didn't know, because from when I was reading on it and watching videos about it, they didn't mention the fact it was 2 women. I thought it was just one. So now if it's two women, I think they both should. I think all three should be held accountable. I think all three should be let go from the organization. And I'm sorry that happened to them, but this is why we preach on this panel. Men should not deal with any woman in the workplace. Try to avoid as much as possible. Man, it's too many women out here to lose it over, like I'm saying, for one night. Because pretty much, like you said, his career is done. Because if he try to come to the Heat ain't gonna want him. He try to go to the Lakers, you know, the Lakers definitely ain't gonna want him. So it's just like, you gotta be careful and you gotta use judgment. And before I used to be like, I understand why guys say you gotta be more, have the D discipline, but look what happening. Guys are out of control, and now it's messing them up, messing their family up, and also messing the bag. So that's my final take. And guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. We really do appreciate you guys, man, because our numbers is going up because you guys rock with us. Thank you guys that's on the comment, Jay Grieve, Fresh Nord, Jeffrey Lombard, John Smith, the women that's there, everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. This is how we get down each and every Sunday, 7:30 Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in to KR Culture Radio. We over and out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.